Few cities finally have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks. First quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Walker to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. To throw is Smith. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. 10 more there and another first down. The Seahawks at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Geno now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll try for the first with Walker. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Is this bringing back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Throwing now is Geno. It's caught. Lockett.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Rolling to his right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
2nd and 10, Smith again. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Taken in at the 3. Going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Flushed out right.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 5 now. Burrow. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable for Lockett.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Play action. It's Smith. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Geno. This complete to Lockett. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. D. Eskridge, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Here we go.
From midfield now, Burrow. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
11 MT.
Mixon again. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing on second down. Smith. Eluding the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 21-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And this will be incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Burrow. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. They'll roll him out right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Burrow will throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
First down, here's Burrow. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a two-possession game might become three. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Here we go. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Burrow winds up and lets it go for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Cincinnati. 49 yards. Mixon with a first down carry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Flushed out. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The sack there by J.J. Watt. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. McPherson's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when...
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is...